Hockey Ultimate Team right now, Thrash. What is the biggest thing that we need to do, like improve on? You think as a mode, like what's lacking the most? Like so obvious that needs to be
I
addressed
mean,
right away.
there are multiple that I could say, but I'd say maybe things to do would be kind of nice, and maybe crossplay.
Crossplay, it needs to be added. I mean,
I think.
there's just no other way to like go around it. Crossplay without crossplay, they just can't add modes anyway.
Well, no, you're absolutely right, but the fact that like I log in the Hockey Ultimate Team and I can either play offline or rivals. That's it.
Yeah, and then
Is awful.
they make the excuse of how Hut Champs. Oh wow, you can play Hut Champs, but that's only a couple day thing, and it's 20 games. That's it.
Also, the fact that Hut Champs is easier than Rivals. Do you know what? We have lots to talk about here today. We have a lot to go
Oh,
through.
this will be 3 hours maybe.
We are 2 seconds in, and I've already started going on a rant. Okay.
This is good. This is good. We want this.
Well, first of all, crossplay. Yes, we not only just in Hut needs to be implemented in the entire game, but Hockey Ultimate Team, maybe like a cross market or something. So that way there's actually cards to get off the market would be kind of nice.
Exactly, and that's a huge issue, especially on Xbox Series X. You know for sure. I mean, because it's pretty dead on PS5, right? Compared to PS4, that is.
Yeah.
But like,
between the two,
but Xbox Series X is just a disaster. There's like 2K cars in the auction house all year.
I don't know how many there are right now on PS5 or anything like that, but it can't be much more than that.
Yeah, probably like what 4K maybe.
There should be at least 20K.
Honestly, yeah. Because I'm trying on PS4 last year in 21. Like, what was it? Like on average, like on Prime, like this, like December, January. Like, how many cars were on the auction house?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember what happened last week, man. So that's gonna be a tough one for me to answer. But
that's okay.
It was definitely more than 3K.
Oh well, yeah. I feel like PlayStation always more than Xbox. That I know for sure.
More players though, like it makes sense. More people playing, then it just makes sense.
That's obvious. I think like one thing that's really important too though is I think you definitely need to have the market be cross as well. That's very important. I feel like that needs to be a thing because
I can sit here if we don't have crossplay next year and we don't know if there's going to be crossplay, we speculate and we hope, but
what do you think percentage wise? What do you think? I think 50-50 personally. That's what I've been saying.
I mean, yes, that is how percentages work. It's either in or it isn't, Henreek. That is how it works.
Okay, but there could be a higher percentage. It could be like, oh wow, it's 75. I'm feeling better.
I'm hopeful for it because I think that EA as a company is going to see the reaction that the game has gotten, and I can't imagine that they're like, oh, everyone really hates the fact that there's no crossplay. GM connected, yeah. You know what I mean? I just don't see that happening. So
yeah. 100%.
No, I'm optimistic. I'd say 75% that we're gonna get crossplay.
70. Oh wow, so 75. That's actually pretty 75%.
Good. However, let's talk about the market here. What if they don't implement crossplay? What if it doesn't happen, but we do get a cross market? Does that help solve anything?
See, I think but it helps the economy aspect, obviously. But I mean, then it's the same issue of I can't find games that easily. Because especially if let's just say you're West Coast and you're on Xbox Series X, I can't imagine that's fun. Like how hard, like you probably have to wait so long to get games, especially now. Like if you want to just play the game now, forget it.
So if you have a cross market though, it may entice more people to want to continue playing. Not saying that they shouldn't have crossplay; it should be implemented 100%. But if it isn't, but we do have a cross market, it may want some people might be like, well, at least I can get the cards that I want. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I mean, and it's important. It is because I mean, right now, again, like I think I've seen a few people. Like I know Saad's been having a trouble with it as well because he wants to make like an all Hawks team, and he just can't find the cards in the auction house, and that sucks because it's only April. Like it's not like it's July.
Yeah, it's been 6 months, and I think one thing that a lot of people forget is that the game used to come out in September. Now that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but that's an entire month of like nothing coming out in the game. There was no prime time, no team of the week, nothing like that. So when October finally came around, we were already a month into the game's life cycle when things started getting interesting. Right now, when the game comes out, it's immediate. We have a brand new event, and we're doing this, we're doing that.
Yeah, because the season starts literally right away.
Exactly, and I feel like we might be. I mean, obviously, we're not going to go back to September release date.
But no, that'll never happen.
The game felt like it lasted a lot longer because there was an entire month where there was just normal base cards where you're just
I think you're really right on that actually. That really it sucks for us like as creators too. That extra month is huge.
Yes. It's an extra 30 days where,
Yeah.
like, I was excited to play the game, and then new content came out, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, here we go. But now it's just like, day 1, 94 Gretzky. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Like, it's just kind of like whatever, right? Like,
I
don't know. I mean, crossplay is so crucial, though, I think. It really is.
It is. I can't imagine, again, like I said, I can't imagine EA looking at the community and hearing everyone talk and being like, you know what, I don't think we're going to do that this year, though. Maybe next year. You know, I don't.
Yeah, it's just too important. And like,
the game is dying. Like, not just like the game this year, NHL 22, but NHL as a whole is dying.
Yeah.
Year after year, it feels like things are getting worse. And even though there are a lot of good things that they have done, it doesn't feel like a major improvement. And getting crossplay could finally bring in those major improvements, whether it's new game modes that we can play or more guaranteed rewards or whatever. Crossplay is the central hub of that.
Yeah, it just opens up so many more things because like the game's gonna just be more active the whole year too, right? Like, because let's just say in a normal year like this year, right? Like, it's like, wow, it's gonna be June and like 4 consoles. That's just insane. Like, 2 consoles was kind of rough. 4, it's just unbelievable because. Again, PS5s are still like hard to get, right? Like, I'm pretty sure.
It is, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I got a couple, and I was.
Oh, you got like 4.
Games.
You got like 4 for Christmas.
I was at GameStop right before Easter, and they had them in the store.
Oh, okay. So that's better then.
So they are rolling out. It's getting easier to get, but at the same time, no. If you're going to have the game split on 4, you have to at least merge the market. And
100%.
And I think that was
a big miss, huge miss.
Oh, absolutely a huge mistake.
I just don't know how hard it could be though. It must be really hard. Clearly,
it must be. It must be. If EA is not willing to do it after all the complaints and everything, there must be a reason. I know a lot of people are gonna give maybe me shit for maybe defending EA on this. I'm not defending them on this. Like, trust me, like, I want it in the game, but there's got to be a reason that they're not doing something. They're not just looking at it and being like, can't make enough money off that, because they would be making more money if it was implemented. So
exactly, like that's literally a smart thing for them, like to add it, like financially as well.
Pud says we should speak about Hut Rush. Don't worry.
We'll get to Hut Rush. Yeah, really, you don't have to worry. Hut Rush is really just. I don't even know what that is. I mean, I have ideas what you could do with Hut Rush too, but that's I still want to have I want to have a few more things to say about crossplay. I just think. Yeah. Crossplay, it opens up so many different things. Like,
oh, it does, 100%.
And then going back to the market as well, I just feel like the market, it's just so important. The market is such an important part of the game because it just feels like
it is a team building game.
That's the point. The point is to build your team. And again, we're at the point where there's just so many untradeable cards as well. So that makes it even harder. That's the thing. Every MSP you make is guaranteed untradeable. The only times MSPs are going to be on the market if people pull them tradable. So think about this. Stanley Cup event, we got to assume, is coming out on Friday. Yes. How many people are still playing the game? Like, how many of those tradable are going to be actually pulled? I don't know.
4.
I mean, probably on Series X, I'll be lucky if I see one, honestly. Like,
now, let me bring up a decent point here about crossplay. If we're at this point next year, exactly to this date, April 26th, and we go, wow, the game is dead, but we have crossplay, it's still going to be a million times easier to find a game.
Oh, 100%. And that's so important.
If the year goes the exact same next year, and people are done with the game, and they're upset about the game, they don't want to play the game, there's still going to be how many thousands of people to play against.
Yeah.
As opposed to now where there's like 7.
ESHL would still be active. ESHL queues are pretty crazy too. Like, because I think I was playing like one night with, I know it's a little bit off topic, but I was playing like, I think I was like playing like 2s or something with like a couple of AIs. Like, it was really late. It was like 1 a.m. or something. But like, we were searching for 30 minutes and couldn't find a game. That's insane. That's literally insane.
I think it was last Thursday, I did a count on how many people were playing in total. So I asked people who were on the console to check and everything. I think it was like 14,000.
That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough.
For 4 consoles,
that's pretty rough.
Terrible.
Like,
and the majority of that was PlayStation, PS4.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was probably at least like almost, it was probably close to half almost.
About half, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is scary. That we are 6 months into the game, 14,000 people are online playing at 5 p.m. new
Yeah.
content, new
Yeah,
event,
exactly.
whatever.
That's the best time to really look is 5, definitely. You'll really know like the peak.
Yeah, because those are if you're coming at 5 o'clock,
Yeah,
that means you're still interested in the game at least.
exactly. I just it's scary. It is scary how like without crossplay that it could be a really another rough year, and it really needs to be addressed. Like crossplay has to be in. It just does. Would you
Crossplay is the
be?
most important thing, 100%.
But here, okay, if you can only get one, market or finding games like crossplay for like games.
Finding games.
Oh, easily, yeah. I agree with you 100%. Easily. I mean, the market's really important, but I mean, I'd rather be able to just like find different opponents too and find them quick.
The thing is, the market's going hypothetical because we don't know if its crossplay is going to be implemented or what. If we could only choose between the two, if we either the market or we got crossplay, I would 100% pick crossplay because it allows us to have more game modes potentially. Anyways, allows us to have more things to do, which means more cards are going to be put on the market anyways.
Exactly, and that's just so good. I mean, like, because again, they're probably not going to feel like, wow, we should add an all new, especially online mode. They're not going to add until there's crossplay. There's just no way. They're not adding an online mode until there's crossplay.
No, and that's become pretty apparent over the last couple of years, which is unfortunate. But like, if we could see the return of hypothetical competitive seasons, if we could see even as dumb as it sounds, online seasons in this game would be so refreshing.
Oh yeah. It'd be so
opportunity
chill
to
and
not
just
play
casual.
somebody who's going to murder you.
Yep.
Like as somebody who's in Division 2, I only play Div 1 sweats.
Exactly. And the thing is, it sucks because you're just stuck with that the whole year. At least when they used to have seasons, you could match like D1 to like 3, I think, which is not bad.
I play a game. If I win, I gain 40 points. If I lose, I lose 1 point. Great. Thank you. I'll just keep.
Yeah. And you match the same guys, just the same opponents over and over again. It's just not fun. It really isn't. And it's like for what though? What are you playing for? That's a thing too. You have to always wonder what are you playing for after all those games.
Gotta get those ultimate packs.
Yep, to potentially get something.
Yeah, it's again though, and I want to segue this maybe into rewards because we were just talking about packs and what we're getting rewarded. I do think that EA did a decent job with the Masters this year. I like the way that MSPs are done. Now, there should be some changes, of course. Starting them at 86, I think needs to maybe every month it bumps up.
It shouldn't be like come on.
April you're starting
when
an MSP
when they're 97, 98 overall MSPs. Why are they starting at 86? 10 overalls under.
Exactly. However, that being said, I do think that the ability to make Masters this year as a free-to-play player has greatly improved.
For sure.
I think that being a free-to-play player this year makes it's a million times easier this year than years past. I think we can all agree that. Maybe NHL 19, I think that was the one with all the free Legends.
Yeah, it was.
I think, yeah. So maybe that is the best year because literally all you had to do was play the game and you unlock.
Yeah, that was probably my last favorite like hut, like just like
that
from
was
start
awesome,
to finish.
Right?
Yeah,
that was awesome. I had a great time with that.
Yeah.
I know the concern was that everyone had the same team, but like,
then
just make
the
it
simple
choice pack.
It's a simple solution. It really isn't.
It's like, you didn't like exactly how it was done? Scrap the entire idea.
Yep.
Nope, we're never doing it again.
Not too easy. People aren't buying enough packs anymore now.
Yeah, which okay, well, let's not get into that because I don't think that packs should be the way that you
get better cards. Yeah, exactly.
That shouldn't be the way. If you earn a pack and you pull something amazing, that's great.
Yeah.
But like the fact that like I just played 500 hut games, I won them all. I have 500 to go, and I get an 82 overall high. What the fuck? What?
Literally smack in the face. I don't understand the milestones this year. Again, we'll get into that too in a second. But like the milestones are a disaster as well.
It's tough. Yeah. I like the Masters. I like the way they've done it. There's
I'm a fan,
some changes,
for sure,
but definitely an improvement. I like some of the events actually were kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know, it got kind of repetitive at the beginning of the year. Like the 22 under 22 event when that first hit.
Yeah, that was prime. Awesome. Yeah, that was the peak of the game in my opinion. Like that was so fun.
I loved it, and then it was like, oh, you love that. Let's do it again for the next 44 events. It's like, all right.
Literally, though, and that's the sad part. Like, that's the thing. They see one unbelievable reaction to the event, and that's it. That's it now. That's it. The rest of the year, run with it. I just don't get it.
Even the first event, though, I will say, like the Suzuki and that, I thought that was a good idea.
I thought it was great. I liked it how you could just trade in like just a certain overalls
Yeah.
or like I think the Halloween Rivals one too. I don't know if it was the same as the other
Yeah,
one where you
it
traded
was
in like
similar. It was similar. Yeah.
87 like Penguin player, which obviously was only Crosby at that time. So like
Right,
yeah,
but
it was cool. Like I like that.
I don't know. I there's so many things that we can sit here and talk about and complain, but I do think that we need to give credit where credit is due when it comes to EA. And go ahead and hate me and attack me, but there are some good things that EA has done. It's just like the 3 or 4 good things that they did and the 517 things that they did wrong. It's a little outweighs. I get it.
Yeah,
I
no,
understand.
100%.
So we talked.
Yeah, this is another one that I was just thinking about like yesterday. I don't know if you've noticed. I mean, you probably have because you open a lot of packs. I feel like recently, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe the last like 3 or 4 weeks, I just feel like they released so many special packs, so many, and like expensive ones too. Expensive ones too, like Team of the Season, like bonus packs. That 4,000 NHL points. Isn't that like a little
with,
like
Tactics HD?
Ultimate Choice pack over the weekend? Like it's just like they just keep like
We were at the Spitfire game talking about Hut, me and Tactics HD.
yeah.
And he sent me a screenshot that he had took before the game, and there was 17 packs in the store. 17 packs. What?
It just doesn't make sense.
No. And then but then they put a limit on the packs too. It's like
Yeah.
there's 17 of them, but you can only buy 2 of them, so it's fine. No, that's Also, they use the same card art.
Oh yeah, for so many different packs. It's like, and that's the thing too. Like it gets like confusing too a little bit. Like you don't even know what you're opening half the time. It's like, oh, this one's 282 pluses. This one's 185 and 183 plus. It's like they don't make it like very straightforward. I feel like it's very like different every time. And like again, like you said, it's the same pack art. It's funny. It's funny though. This is a very funny thing to say, but like it's true because they have more creativeness with the different packs they've released throughout the year. Like you'll have the 283s. Oh, then this one's a 185. This one's 484s. But you don't see like any like rivals. Oh, this is a different reward this week. You don't see like them adding packs.
No, it's always the same.
It's the same. No matter what, it's the same.
I don't understand, and let's just move on straight into this because I know a lot of people are going to want to talk about this. Can we just talk about how we have events in Hockey Ultimate Team, and they don't tie the rewards and champs or rivals to that event in any way?
Nothing. You just don't. It just doesn't feel like there's any like sort of uniqueness to the events. No. There's just not. Like you're just playing the same game with the same like your regular team, and nothing. Like you're not all of a sudden like, oh, I just won those 5 games. I just got an idols pack.
Like, the thing is, they implemented a new system for champs rewards with the collectibles.
Which I like, for the most part.
Could be very good. It could be awesome. But imagine, like, okay, you want a champs card? We got you. Go ahead and save up 500 weeks worth of champs and you can get yourself a fully maxed out. Excuse me? Like, okay. And then they're like, look, we understand people aren't really doing that. Let's change it and make it power-up icons. We'll release 1 champs player a month for you to make. Why am I playing champs?
Yeah.
Whereas we have an event, right? Could you imagine if a champs ran during an event and you could get, say, a 94 master out of an event if you got enough wins in champs? Or a specific, like we'll do a European event, hypothetical, and there's a Valtteri Filppula at 96 overall that you can only get by winning 11 games in champs or something like that. That gives me a reason to want to play the damn game.
Exactly. Like, why am I signing on to champs every week until October this year? There's no point.
I'm gonna go into champs. I'm gonna win my 11 games, and then I'm going to open up an ultimate choice pack. I'm gonna pull an 83, and then I'm gonna be like, "Thanks, EA. Please bend me over again next week."
Same thing. Run it back. Literally, you're doing the same thing every week, just expecting a different result.
It's tough,
which I mean, you can get, but it's like, and then it's like after 4 weeks, finally I got an MSP pull. But like, wow, I just played a month of games. I got 1 card.
I know I'm a very average player at the game. And as someone who's average at the game, even myself, as though I spend how many hours playing it, I can build a team great, but like I'm not getting the players I want.
Yeah.
Like I wanted that team of the season, Elmer Soderblom. Oh God, did I want that card? There was no way to get him. It wasn't a thing.
And you had to like wait for the market. Eventually you got one, right? Like eventually.
Trade in 5 Champs collectibles, right? Trade in 5 Champs collectibles for a Best of the Rest Team of the Season choice pack.
Like, why not? I don't get it.
Happy.
Like, you get rewarded for playing the game. Yeah. And again, you're still not even guaranteed that player. You're just, it's a choice pack.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a choice pack, but...
So, like, and it's untradeable, so it doesn't hurt the market. Like, I feel like...
At least it's a player for my team.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
There's just no reason why they just don't give out untradeable, like, rewards, like just for playing the game. Because, again, it doesn't affect the market at all. Like, it's not going to hurt, like, that side of the game. So it just doesn't make sense at all.
Rivals rewards, I'm just done with. Like, the fact that I can play 1 Rivals game a week and get gold rewards because I played Champs is laughable.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, at this point, yeah, it does not, like, take much to get, like, a decent, like, tier because no one's playing.
No, I play 1 game of Rivals a week at this point.
Yeah. And there's no reason not, like, to play more than that. Like, there's no reason to grind for Diamond or Ultimate. It's like, for what?
Oh wow, yes. I got better packs, but worse rewards, it seems. You know, I don't...
Literally.
Little Timmy, who got a premium pack. Hi, Little Timmy in the chat. I know there's a lot of you in there. He's going to get a premium pack. He's going to open it up, and bang, he's going to pull a Team of the Season Crosby. And then I'm going to open up my Ultimate packs and my Ultimate Choice packs and whatever else I get, and I'm not going to get anything. And I'm just going to feel like crap.
Yeah.
I just wasted how much time playing the game for nothing.
It's just so discouraging. And again, for someone that's like a casual, right? Like, it's probably very, very easy to quit. Like, it really is. Like, why would you keep playing? Literally, why would you keep playing? Like, especially if there's other games you do find interest in. Why would you just keep playing the same game to get the same result? Literally.
I mean, that's the definition of insanity, is it not?
Yeah. You're just beating your head against a wall and expecting something like to change. Like, it's just the same thing.
Kind of feels like Hut, actually. Yeah, that kind of works.
It really does. All right, let's talk about Rush a little bit. All right, let's talk about Rush. I want to talk about Rush. I think Rush. Here's my take. I think someone brought this up before as well. I think Rush. I don't know how much you played MLB like last year, but like,
I played it for about 2 months.
They could make Rush into like how events is in MLB if you know what that is. You know how it works. Yeah. So just make it where it's like tiered like wins. I mean, it's kind of like another Hut Champs, I guess, but it can be at least different in terms of like it's 3-on-3. It's first 5 or something to win, and it's whatever amount of wins. Like it could be a lot, obviously, right? It could be like 40 wins get you like a Team of the Season choice pack for whatever, just for instance, right? Yep. And it's just something like you said, it ties into the event, right? You like for like each event. It's like a certain event that's out, right? So like, yeah, like, new Stanley Cup event comes out this Friday. So Hut Rush is a Stanley Cup Hut Rush. So all the rewards are, whatever. It could be coins. It could be whatever. You could keep your premium packs in. I don't care. And you could have like a 20K Stanley Cup pack, whatever. And eventually leading up to the ultimate reward of a good pack, which is like a 94 overall choice pack or something, right?
Like, I don't understand why they think it's, like, why is it hard to do this? Like, I don't understand the mentality.
It's in the game, Rush. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's in the game. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I don't understand the mentality of, like, so first of all, there's limits on everything in this game. Literally everything, there's a limit.
Yeah.
You want to play Rush? Okay, you can play it for 2.5 hours. And then after that, you don't get any more rewards. Okay, cool. I'll go play Rivals.
Yeah.
You can play 30 games of that. No, don't get me wrong. That's a lot for some people. But for somebody like you and me who play the game for a living and stream the game and whatnot, that's actually not that much. It's really not. If we stream 5 hours a day, which realistically we probably should be at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, beginning for sure.
We're done that in a couple days.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the mentality. It's like they don't want people to grind the game. It's
I was going to say, it just feels like sometimes, like, I feel like Hut, in general, there's not something that you're working towards all year.
No,
like at all times.
Especially the objectives.
Yeah, especially the objectives. If you play the game a pretty good amount, by December, January, you're done with nearly all of them.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and that's like 3 months in. That's nothing.
I don't... So MLB, I may not be a huge fan of MLB, but I can tell that, they do a lot right over there. And there's a lot of things that EA should adapt to Hut. It needs to happen because every year that goes by, people are going to switch over to MLB and enjoy themselves, and they're going to come to Hut and hate themselves. That doesn't make any sense. They're not going to do that, right? Like,
exactly.
There's a lot that could be done, a lot that should be done. With Hut Rush, it's a casual game mode where you want to jump in there and have some fun. Great. Reward me.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro,
Reward me for having fun and just playing casually. Why
I'm
are
having a
casual
good
players
time.
they're just not rewarded? Like you have to get smacked in the face for just being a casual player. So that's the thing. Like, yeah,
Literally.
some people that can't play 30 rivals games, okay, so Rush is their mode, right? But then you give them premium packs, so their team's never gonna get better.
No, that's exactly it. Let me be dead honest with you. Now, I just did a video the other day, and I had fun playing NHL for the first time. Now, that sounds really bad, but I was actually only controlling the goaltender in practice mode. I had fun doing that. I haven't had fun in Hockey Ultimate Team in months. I haven't.
That's sad.
Henry, have you
really
had fun? When's the last time you had fun?
fun? Probably not since
Fun.
like January or December.
Yeah. Where you're excited to, oh my god, what's the
Yep.
event gonna be?
Yep.
I can't wait to play.
Well, you know what
No,
really sucked is we knew the next 4 events obviously last month,
Well, yeah,
so that was really cool.
that was good. That
That was good. That really made us excited for the next month or two.
I feel like NHL 22 was like it had a lot of potential.
It
I feel
started
like at
off
the beginning-
good, but I feel like it
Yeah.
happens with every game. It does. It does. It
Beginning of
does.
the year, I was very optimistic and hopeful for the game. I was having a good time playing. I was excited to play. I was excited to make content. Viewers were having a good time in
Yeah.
the chat. Like everything.
Everyone was so the chat was saying this is more like real hockey. The gameplay's
everyone
fun.
loved it.
I love the
Everyone
new
loved it.
sets, the MSPs. This is awesome.
And then what happened? It's like they're running toward. Let's make it a NFL metaphor here. They're running towards the end zone, and instead of going into the end zone, they turn around and throw the ball to the other team, and then take off their pants and shit on the ground. Because what the fuck happened to this game?
Yeah. So quickly too. That's the thing. So quickly.
Literally a full 180 in a matter of minutes. Like I don't understand this game. I don't. I love NHL. I love hockey. I love virtual hockey.
That's a sad thing, yeah.
What
Because
is
it's always gonna be my favorite game, no matter what. I love hockey. It's my favorite sport. Like it's my favorite game. I will always play it the most. So it just sucks because you play a game so much and like you want it to be good, and in your head you convince yourself it's good, but like year after year, you see how flawed it can be, right?
And I raise the argument. Maybe this game shouldn't be played the way that we play it. Maybe this game should not be taken.
We're
9 months
very
throughout the year, every single day, playing for 10 hours. Maybe that's not the way that we should be playing this game. And realistically, if you take a break, take a week off of NHL, and you come back and you play, you kind of have fun at first.
Yeah.
And then it falls apart again. Don't get me wrong.
Quickly, yeah.
Yeah. But maybe we're just not meant to grind NHL. Maybe that's the issue that we're having here. Maybe we're burnt out of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've played it for years, like a lot, every day, pretty much.
Yep.
But like, it still shouldn't be though, where you're playing a video game gameplay and you're just like bored, even if you're winning, I feel like even if you're winning in NHL, it's kind of like, whatever, because it's like at the end of the game, you're just like, all right, like, especially let's just say,
okay, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. Hey, let's play Rivals. I don't need to win though. I can still get still get I still get the best rewards without winning any games.
It's just
how is that a feature? How is that a thing where it's like, no, it's fine, man. You don't need to win games. Just give each other goals and everyone gets the best rewards.
Yep. That's all that matters.
I don't. I wish I could. And look, I don't work for EA. You don't work for EA. I wish I could say that we did.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we'd have some pretty good ideas. That's for sure. I mean,
the problem is we could say all these ideas, but would they ever get implemented?
That's the thing.
Like, who's listening, right?
I mean, I don't know if EA Hawks in there.
We got 100 amazing people listening to our dumbasses talk about Hockey Ultimate.
I mean, but I think everyone in the chat can pretty much agree with most of the things we've said.
But who can actually make a change that is listening?
It's the thing. It's right? Scary.
Now, the fact that we've even had to start this conversation is a problem.
Yeah. No, 100%.
This shouldn't be a thing. This should be something that EA is working on themselves. This should be something that EA, hey, we're going to do a live stream, and we're going to come out, and we're going to talk about what's changing, what needs to change, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When's the last time we heard anything from EA?
Yep. It's been a while.
And,
all silence.
And I love what I do, by the way. Like, I am a very happy content creator. Love my job. I love being a part of the program that we're in.
Of course.
but something needs to change. And I think that with NHL 23, if there's not some changes, okay, look, like there's gonna be changes.
There always is. I mean, from 21 to 22, there were changes. They added the different sets, the power ups. So
there's going to be changes. Okay, we know there is. There's going to be changes.
But are they going to be good or significant enough to make a difference? That's
exactly
the thing.
Because if we're sitting here next year, next April, talking about the exact same damn thing, then are we giving up on NHL? I mean, probably not, but more or less people will.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that just sucks because every year the game is just losing more and more interest. And that's just horrible for us and for the whole community.
Now, Hockey Ultimate Team isn't even the most played mode in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a big issue. Right? Hut is not the big seller of this game. Majority of people buy the game to play ESHL.
Exactly. They play with their friends on a team.
Exactly.
That's always how it goes.
So, back to our very first topic. Crossplay? Yeah. Add it in, EA. That needs to be look, if you're not... We're a Hockey Ultimate Team, guys. That's who we are. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But if crossplay is not going to be in ESHL next year, I think that's a huge fumble as well.
Oh, yeah. Because that's such a huge issue. Like, if you look at, like, when people, like... When EA tweets out, like, whatever, ESHL, like, oh, make it crossplay. Make it... Like, people, like... It's clearly an issue, and people are always asking for it. It is a very, very big deal. Like, it's not like, oh, just a couple people are like, oh... Like, it's not like the big community guys are the only ones that are saying it. Casuals are saying it.
It's not like the reflective visor here, all right? Like, it's not like one person is making a giant stink on Twitter about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a huge need for it just in general. And Kodak said ESHL brings people to Hut, too. I mean, I think that's true. I do.
I think that they should do the same route that MLB does, where you start, and I know it's not quite the same, but like imagine if you had an ESHL player and you built him up throughout ESHL, and then you can transfer him into Hockey Ultimate Team.
That would just be unbelievable, like literally just unbelievable. And that again, that makes you play both modes. And the really best part is, again, people like that grind ESHL can be like, oh wow, I never really played Hut before, but I can transfer my high end guy from ESHL into it. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yep, exactly. I don't. Look, we have all these ideas and everything, and obviously they can't all be implemented.
Definitely not in 1 year. Definitely not in 1 year. I don't expect all these crazy things to happen.
But if EA could come out next year with NHL 23 and just show us some promise, show us some optimism, at the beginning of the year, I will be very happy.
Exactly.
I think the first thing that needs to change, if we do not get crossplay next year, I know a lot of people are not going to buy the game on Reddit and on Twitter. Right? And hey, more power to you. All right? If you're not going to buy the game next year because there's no crossplay, then there you go. That's your decision. But I am still going to play the game, and I'm still going to grind it. And if Hockey Ultimate Team next year ends up being the best it ever was, and they haven't implemented crossplay, I will be the happiest person alive.
Oh, of course.
But if all they do is add crossplay and don't do anything to Hut, then we have a big issue there as well.
Exactly. That can't be the only addition of the game because it fixes a lot, but it doesn't fix, I feel like, a lot of things, for sure. Like, I mean, it's a huge step.
Yes, it's a huge thing that would make a huge difference. But at the end of the day, next April, we're still sitting here with the same MSPs and the same no change in champs and no change in rivals. Yeah, if that's the case, then what's the point?
Yeah, it's what it is. It's like, basically, if they do that, they add crossplay, and let's just say even the market, everything, all together, and it's the same game, it's like, well, basically, what they said to us is like, all right, here's 23, crossplay, 24 will add new things,
Right, yeah. CF made a great point in the chat here. When the game launched, people played World of Chell for 5 hours to get an X Factor. I don't know why they didn't continue merging the two modes in different ways. Absolutely. Remember when you found out that you could get an X Factor in the World of Chell, what was it? Pro-Am?
Yep.
Bro, I jumped on that immediately.
No one had fun, that's for sure. No one had fun doing it.
It was a grind, but guess what? It was a grind for a card that you were guaranteed.
Exactly. And especially early on in the year, that was so crucial.
Yes. Now, at this point in the year, it means nothing.
No, yeah, exactly. If you got the
game
pull
an X Factor, it's like, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't do anything. That's another thing. That's another thing, too. I think as the year progresses, I think the X Factors should be, at least higher. I
think the X Factors should upgrade on their own.
Yeah, like you mean like
Make
when
those
you
cards
pull
valuable.
them, like it should be like the highest McDavid. You think?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't see why. I don't. Icons are just pathetic. Like when I pull an icon, I'm not even excited because it's like, all right, I know it's gonna be. Even if it's Lemieux or Gretzky, at this point, it doesn't matter
Yep.
almost.
No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, now I was able to get Howe and Gretzky yesterday, opening the packs in the store.
Yeah, that I heard.
So like, I was pretty happy. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't get Lemieux, which whatever. But the fact that like, hey, it's 89, I still need to pay $300K to get them to be usable at this point. Like, I don't understand how the greatest players of all time, Lemieux, Gretzky, and Howe, are not usable at this moment.
No, like
That
if you
is
pull them, if you pack
embarrassing.
the greatest players in hockey history, Lemieux and Gretzky, you have to invest everything into them to get them to be like. I mean, they're not unusable at 89, but they're just not compared to all the cards that are out right now. Like any team of the season card, they're not as good. They're just not.
Somebody said earlier in the chat, describe Hockey Ultimate Team in one word. And I think the best word to describe it is embarrassing.
I would say, yeah, pathetic.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the word I would use.
And I am a huge fan of the mode. I've been playing it for a decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love Hut. This is what I do. I've been playing it for forever.
Exactly. I can't change games. Like, again, I really want to play MLB. I like it a lot. But it's just for me when I'm streaming, it's just not my passion, you know?
No, absolutely not. And that's understandable.
I love the game. Right? I do. Like, I play it off stream. I just feel like on stream, it's not for me, you know?
See if you're not getting paid for that, buddy. I want to take a second here, actually, and just say thank you to everybody who's listening and watching.
Yeah, the pilot episode here. I mean, this is what a time.
The very first time we've ever done this, and we will be doing this weekly.
Yep, every Thursday, every Tuesday.
Every Thursday. Be here to miss it.
Every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right?
Just going to go live and just hang out for a bit, talk about what needs to be changed, and talk about our lives. And I mean,
especially when the playoffs get started, we can talk about like obviously the real life hockey, which that starts literally next week. So.
I see something in the chat there where it says better pack odds. Now, while I agree, I also want to raise a point that a lot of people don't seem to understand. The pack odds are dynamic. Now, while they should be better than they are, I do agree with that. Because one pack says one thing and another pack says another, it's all based on what content is currently in the store. Your odds of pulling a 90 or better literally changes daily.
Yeah.
That is something a lot of people don't understand. Where it's like, oh, this pack had better odds last week. That's because there was better cards out last week. Like that, the packs they should be better. Again, I'm not saying they shouldn't, but they are dynamic. They do change because obviously your odds of pulling a 95 in September are 0, but your odds of pulling a 95 today are what, 22%?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So they are dynamic. I just want to point that out. I do agree that they need to be better. You should be able to get better cards, etc. But they are dynamic. Just wanted to throw that out there because somebody mentioned that in the chat.
Another person said, could NHL ever be like Fortnite where it is different seasons instead of a yearly release? No, that's never going to happen.
No.
It's never going to happen because they need their yearly sales for money. They
could do that if, the problem is ESHL is the only mode you could do that with.
Yeah, where does it matter? Yeah, exactly.
But that is where they get all their money from. Like, ESHL is the driving source of this game.
Yeah, so, they just couldn't do that. As much as... I feel like people always say that too. They say like, "Oh, EA should just take a year off so they make the game really good." I feel like that wouldn't even do anything though.
No, I think if they took a year off, realistically, if they take a year off, they might not even get a game again.
Yeah, they might not be able to recover. Probably the NHL would literally just be like, "You're done." EA.
I think if NHL, say hypothetically, 23 came out and they're like, "You want 24? We're taking a year off." I don't think we'd see an NHL 25.
No, I don't. We'd probably see 2K 25, literally.
And that's yeah.
That'd be interesting because that'd be the first one in 10 years at least, probably more. Like
I mean, okay, but like, the thing is, they can make a game.
Oh yeah, no, right now, yeah, they have the license.
They're allowed.
Yeah, they could definitely make one, and that says a lot. That says a lot that they don't want to make one because they know the popularity is just not there.
Any company can make a hockey game right now.
Yep, anyone.
There's no exclusive license.
Like literally, if you really wanted to, you could make like an NHL game in theory.
Yep. I'll start working on it right now.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe it'll be better than NHL 22. All right. So then I think CF was talking about here as well. He said something about like Lemieux Eastern Conference boss, Gretzky Western Conference boss, collect every East player for Mario and every West player for Gretzky. That's really cool too. I liked, again, the team builders are awesome. Like that was a nice thing they did last year. I think 21 was the first year they did team builders, right? It was.
I feel like, yeah, because before, I mean, obviously they changed everything up, but it used to be you could get the 94 overall Hut Heroes.
Yeah.
They did that one year, and then you could get like collection packs.
Exactly, and that wasn't bad. Like it was nice. Like I liked it, and I think it's better now. Honestly, how it is. Like the team builders are cool. Like and like the ultimate of getting 98 overalls. Like because at least last year was weird because they didn't even say that was a thing though. Like you don't even know there was going to be 98. It's like for the first 3 or 4 months you just didn't even know that was a thing. At least this year you could, but the best part is they didn't even say it though. Like you just kind of had to assume this year they'd be 98s. Like that's a scary thing. Like you can invest all these cards into like the 90s.
They just decide not to do it.
Yeah, we're just not doing it this year. We don't want to.
Now, okay, I'm seeing something in the chat there about dark mode. You know what? No, this is something I'm very against. If you want to add it. I don't care. But for years, people complained about the menus being too dark. Literally years. Daily in chat, I would talk to people about this. And then they bring in light menus. Like, I don't want light menus. This is stupid. That bothers me.
Yeah.
While I agree, have different things. Could you imagine customizing your own background?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, you could back in the day. I mean, in the main menu, you could like select your favorite team, and you'd see pictures of like Zetterberg. Yeah, you have like Henreek. Like, it's just crazy, like little things like that.
For all the people to be like, nobody wanted light mode. That is BS.
Yeah.
That is. Yes, a choice would be nice.
The choice is always nice. Yeah, choice is always a good thing, no matter what.
I would say the same thing with the scoreboard. Give me a choice on where I can put the scoreboard.
Yeah, 100%. Like you should literally be able to like drag it to any corner of the screen you want it to.
Yep. Or even better, you can condense it if you want to, like an NHL broadcast where you have it in the top left corner, just a little bit like that. That would be perfect.
Yeah, like no problem with that. I honestly definitely preferred it on the top for sure. Like I definitely did. I don't really care anymore though. At this point, I'm just so used to it now. I don't really care because that's been like 3 years now. I think we've had the same.
It was always better for the Twitch streams and videos as well, though.
Which one?
Instead, I have a green screen now. I'm floating above the freaking scoreboard because
you're right. 100%.
Xfinity says, "Can we talk about a section in the auction house dedicated for trading?"
So what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I mean, there should be. Instead of like having a dedicated section in the auction house, just give me notifications when I receive.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, he means basically like if you search auction house, like cars that are like people are looking for trades. I guess basically.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably what he means. I'm thinking.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is cool. I think the auction house is definitely a depressing thing in general. It's been the same for a very long time. Like there's nothing really to the auction house. I feel like
everything's the same, man.
This has only been the same auction house probably since like I don't even know 17 probably in terms of like when it comes to like the filters and stuff. Why can't you search for a player's like you'd be able to search by player name as well? You really should.
I agree. I shouldn't have to be like, what team is that guy on again? Let me. No.
Wait, what is this card again? Is he a prime time, a team of the week? I forget.
Yeah.
In FIFA, it's been a thing forever, literally. Like searching by player name. I remember playing FIFA 14 with my friend. And literally, you could search the player name.
Now here's the thing, and I appreciate everyone hanging out in here. I do, and I appreciate everyone watching and listening. If you happen to watch this or listen to it after it releases, this sounds like a giant rant coming from both me and Henreek. And don't get it twisted, it is a giant rant coming from me and Henreek. This is us getting shit off our chest.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is the only way that we're going to be able to talk about it level-headed. You can't just go into a conversation when you're high-strung about something and expect to have a normal conversation. No. The more we talk about it, the more we're going to be able to work stuff out and the better ideas and whatnot that we're going to have.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it's the truth. It really is.
Like, we play the game for a living. Like, this is our job.
We definitely go through it every day. We know how things are going, and I think we have pretty good opinions on it.
I would like to say that we we have some good ideas, and we have a lot of the community.
We're not 100% always right on everything we think.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think like I'm like better than everyone. I'm like, oh, this is the way it should be, and everyone EA should listen to me or should listen to you. Like, there's suggestions we have, and not everybody's is gonna like it. Like, not everybody would like Rush to be like an event like MLB. People would be like, why? I liked playing it the way it was. That's the thing.
You'd be surprised too. I do have this conversation with people who really enjoy playing Rivals. I don't know how. Don't get me wrong, because I'm not that person. But there are people who say that, and I'm going to be dead honest with you. And I know there's going to be a lot of people in the chat who go, "What the hell are you talking about?" But I recently have met a lot of fans. Now, that's not me trying to be like full of myself or anything, but I've taken pictures with people at the Redmond game, the Spitfire game, Walmart, wherever, and I asked them what they think about NHL 22. And majority of those people all think that this is the best NHL. Now, a lot of them are younger kids.
Yeah.
But when we were younger kids, we always thought that was the best, right?
And what I was gonna say as well is I think I've said it to a few other people. If this is like one of your first NHLs, okay, I get it. I get why you think this would be awesome. Like, if you're pretty new to the game, even like, let's say last year and this year, your first games, I get it, because it is pretty new. Like, if you've never played NHL like Hut before, like, I get it. Like, it makes sense, because like, especially again, if last year's your first year, okay, then they add power up card this year, some pretty big changes, honestly, from one year to the next if you never played before. Exactly. So I get why people would feel that way, though. I'm not saying like, how could you think that, you know?
No, I'm always like taken back at first about that answer. Like, when people are like, I really like NHL 22 because I only deal with negativity on a daily basis.
Of course, definitely.
Right? But there are people who actually enjoy it. And I've had conversations with people who think there's too much to do in Hockey Ultimate Team.
Yeah. That's crazy to hear. That's crazy to hear, though.
Have you talked to anyone like that?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Not many times. Like, not that I can recall, at least.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But there are people who think, like, I can't keep up with the challenges and the squad battles and the Rivals, the Rush, and the Champs.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, for me,
most people don't play all
and the thing is, it's sad to say, because I mean, like, there's a few things there, but it's like, are these things worth your time even? Like, you can say that there's too much to do, but is there though? Like, does it really make you feel like you need to do it? Like, squad battles, do you feel like you need to play it?
No.
It's sad because there's no reason. There's no like, wow, this squad battles this week is a different one. You can get this for playing this week. There's just not like a difference of one week to the next. Playing squad battles in October and playing squad battles right now is the same exact thing.
Yeah, and that's a huge problem for the game and for us, not just as content creators, but as somebody who plays
players.
The game as much as we do. It's sucked.
Yeah.
Squad battle rewards are better than Rivals.
See, I don't agree with that. I get they're tradable. I mean, but I guess Rivals can be tradable too.
You can get tradable too, but like, you have to play way less games of Rivals to get better rewards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the rewards that you get in Rivals, you only have to play like 10 games for, that you'll get for playing 30 games of squad battles.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
challenges, that's a good one too.
Okay, challenge. We didn't touch on challenges.
Yeah, I mean, they're lucky. They're lucky we even touched on it yet. That could be the most we go in on them today.
How did they remove draft champions and keep these shitty challenges in the game? The challenges are the worst thing, right?
They are.
It has to be.
The daily. I mean, I can't.
Hey, thank you for logging in today. Go ahead and play a challenge. We're gonna reward you 100 coins. Bro, thank you. No, though, I'm not doing that. Nobody's doing that.
Get it.
Not a single person is doing that.
And it's sad because, and then you know what's even funnier? When there's a daily and there's like a seasonal collectible, and we're like, wow, that's pretty good.
Literally, though. Like, I don't understand. They could overhaul all the rewards in challenges, but at the end of the day, like, even completing some of the challenges are completely stupid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Complete the game. Fuck, okay. Thanks. X, done.
Yep.
Let me go get some Cheetos while the AI shoots on me.
That's the thing, too. They make it just so, like, mindless. They don't make it, like, challenging. And if they do make it challenging, it's for a stupid reward.
Bro. Okay, guys, we heard you. We're going to give you a better reward of this one. You're going to get 2 silver players. But because it's better rewards, you got to score 17 shorthanded goals on Superstar in 1 minute.
It's so true. It's true though. That's the sad part. Like it's like you're not even kidding though. Like they make it such an absurd one. It's literally like score like 12 goals in like 1 minute period on rookie or something. Which okay, it's not impossible, but it's just like funny. Like why?
Are we doing that?
Like
Why?
it's so silly.
Bro,
like
why can't we just have it where it's like, hey, the daily challenge today, last night, Dylan Larkin had a great breakaway goal. Recreate that.
Yeah. Using only Larkin, position lock Larkin. That's it.
Yep. Bro, I do that, and guess what? But imagine what you would get. Hey, you do that, you unlock, you score the goal to Dylan Larkin. We'll give you an 84 overall Dylan Larkin with Speedster or something stupid like that.
Or I'll do one even better. That could be used to be upgraded throughout the year for different things.
There you go. Wow, we solved Hut.
Yep.
We fixed Hut challenges.
I don't know. Like it's just so
God,
simple.
don't ever bring up loan cards again. King Carl, I don't want to hear anything about loan cards.
Loans are so dumb. Those are like the most dumb things because the worst part about them is like, okay, cool, you get to try a card out, but then after that, they're just sitting in your collection, useless. You can't even do anything with them. You can't even like quick sell them for like coins or something. I don't know if they
still do it in Madden, but a couple years ago I was playing Madden and I got a loan card and I was like, awesome. So I used it and then it downgraded by like 14 overall, but it still stayed in my collection and I could still use it. But it was like, you get a 97, he's like 83 now, but you could still use him. At least I could trade him in for something.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't, exactly. You can't even trade them in, like the loan cards in ESHL. You're right.
And I will say, again, the way that they did trade-ins this year and everything, I think it's a big improvement on last year.
It is. From last year to this, it's better because it was just completely gold collectibles the whole time. That was their only formula.
Holding a 91 overall card right now, even though he doesn't make my team and he's untradeable, still means something because I can trade him in for something.
Yeah, I could end up getting an MSP, which I mean it costs a lot now. What are your thoughts on the cost of making an MSP? It's like like 110 collectibles.
Corey Perry says, "Why are there no Leafs MSPs? Can you do me a favor and ban him?"
I know they've gotten so many. Riley got one off the top of my head. I know right away. Tavares, I mean, so many of them did. So
Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews got didn't he get like a couple? Marner, yeah. I mean, give me a break. It's just so ridiculous to say that. Yeah, Campbell. I mean, come on, Campbell getting one so stupid.
Whereas the Detroit Red Wings don't have a single one.
That makes no sense. A historic franchise like them, like that's shocking. Like you can say, they're not great now, but
they gave Larkin one, but it's for Team USA. So there's not a single
Detroit
like a Red
Wings
Wing card art. Like that's scary.
No, it is pretty shocking. Like I said, because they've had so many like legendary players play for them. You could even give like a Hossa one technically with a Red Wings jersey on.
Literally. Just give me the Wings art. That's all I want.
Maybe he'll get one though, right? Stanley Cup event.
Well, it's not going to be Hossa, that's for sure.
That's true, yeah. Not on the Wings at least because they didn't win with them.
Yeah. Actually, he has an MSP already.
Oh, he does, right?
Yep. He might be on. Oh no, he's what was that, Team Slovakia or whatever it was?
That's what it was, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot. Look, we've been at this for an hour now. We've been talking for an hour.
And like I feel like we still haven't gotten to, we haven't even gone to that much. That's the sad part.
Oh, okay, let's talk about something. And chat, maybe you can help me out here. What is going on with content? 1 week we have Stars of the Week. Next week we have Team of the Week.
Okay.
1 week we have a theme team. Then we don't have any of it. Then we have Tuesday Tilt, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Yes,
and
because
John Cena's trying to come in and punch me in the back of the neck, and I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I think that's the thing. Right now, I think they're just trying different things every week at this point. Week to week, they just try a different thing. I think they just don't know anymore. I think they're just trying different things to see what people like. And here's the honest, sad truth. I don't think they're going to even know what people like because no one's playing anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're not going to get like a good like feedback because it's like people won't even notice like what they're doing basically.
Yeah.
From week to week.
Hey, we have a underrated performers Team of the Week out right now. Underrated performers, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's cool. But my favorite player on my favorite team, he had a really good week and he didn't get a card for it.
Yeah.
So now his progress is now behind what it should be.
Exactly.
I appreciate William Nylander getting a 95 overall card. That's cool. That's awesome. But why is he getting a better card than people who
had a ridiculous week?
Exactly. He's just getting a random card. He may have had 0 points last week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It is very odd. The +2 max he just stopped before April. I
like the +2 max, and I don't like the +2.
At the same time, like there's certain times like okay, nice, but then it's like I feel like sometimes like, it goes too fast. Sometimes it goes too slow. Like Dry Saddle, he was like he was like 93 in like March or something.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
and then you have like someone else that's like 96 that like is like barely like I don't know, like shouldn't be ahead of him like in overall. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, and no offense to some of the guys I see in here, but also having some people from Europe, like someone who's put up like I have an MSP guy from Europe who put up 17 goals in the last 2 years. Why is he a 95 overall player, whereas some NHL players are still like 81? It just doesn't quite make sense to me. When somebody who is
Like,
performing isn't getting a card.
Yeah, and I get it. Like again, you gotta obviously show like, there are other leagues. You should try to like try to spotlight them. But like, how can you tell me that like you said, a player in like another league, definitely a lesser quality league, is higher than the NHL players? It doesn't really make sense to me. Like significantly higher. Like they're getting like Stars of the Month card, 92 overall, and I'm seeing like Jesper Bratt's point per game in the NHL, and he's like 7 overalls below.
Evgeny Kuznetsov and Jake Gensel, 92 overall. Chris DiDomenico, 93. Yep. That's right there. That's the best way I can put it. Chris DiDomenico.
I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, it really is the truth. Like, it's sad. Okay, Kuzya's a 99. His Evo card doesn't really count, so...
Man, I feel like, again, we've been talking for over an hour. I feel like we could just keep going on and on and on and on here, but, like, eventually we've got to get to a point where, what are we hopeful for next year?
What do you think is realistic? Like, what could really be actually added next year, you think? Like, in terms of, like, just HUT, of course, right? Like what's, like, the most significant change you think could be added? Realistically.
Other than crossplay?
Yeah.
Because crossplay has to happen.
That has to be.
All right. If crossplay is off the table, like, say crossplay is already implemented and we're getting one more thing. Let's say hypothetical.
Yeah.
I think that the number one thing that we need, if we're getting crossplay, is something new to play with something with guaranteed rewards.
Oh, 100%.
Like, as bad as it sounds, Online Seasons was better for rewards.
It was. It really was.
That doesn't make any sense. Remember playoffs? Bro, remember playoffs?
Yep.
You get a guaranteed special card and was it carbon collectible?
Yeah, and that was so huge. Like, I don't know, like, that was, like, so cool. Like, you get, like, any special card. I forget, what was it, like 80, was it something like 88 plus? Or I don't know what exactly it was.
I think as the year went on, it went up.
It probably did, right? Which, that makes sense. And it seems like at this point, that doesn't happen in NHL 22. There's no progression. There's no, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't get it. Like, even like the seasonal rewards, if you think about it, why is it, what was it, 186 is the highest, right? You could get? Or something, like the 186 plus or something? Yeah. And it's like, what is it, like 60 collectibles, 50, whatever, 40? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. Because they've changed it.
It's May next week, and like pretty much every card that comes out is like 93 minimum. So why am I opening it? Like think about it, you open
but you might get base price.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You could get a 93. You could. Don't worry. But you're guaranteed 86. Don't worry. 86. It's huge. You get 3 event collectibles when you need 108. Don't worry.
Remember the trophy case that we used to have in HUT too?
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Remember the banner after you won like a playoffs or something? Yeah. I mean, I didn't play that much back then to remember that.
But small things like that were so good.
Yeah, like
it was small things.
I think this is the funny thing to say. I think cosmetics are underrated. Like I feel like they're pretty important into games, and they just don't give you many cosmetics in HUT.
Outdoor arena.
Yep. Why not? Why can't I play an outdoor? Why can't I create an arena? How does that sound?
Jerseys, stuff like
jerseys.
that.
Yep.
Let me create them.
Even jerseys, even just jerseys. Start small.
I don't care. Let me do it. I don't understand why. So like I don't.
I should be able to play the game the way I want to play the game. I should be able to customize how I look on the ice.
What's the point of bronze players? Pack fodder.
Yeah, literally, it's just there, just to fill packs, and I guess if just feature other cards. I mean, if somehow those cards ended up like getting prime times, right?
I mean, there should be a reason to collect bronze cards, though.
Yeah, it should be like collect 50 bronze cards, 5K, something like that. Because bronze cards are pretty rare, realistically. They're not that common, bronze cards.
Oh, absolutely. And like again, I don't want to shit on EA constantly. They have done some good things, and hopefully in the next month or two, they'll keep implementing new things that we like.
Yeah,
It is definitely possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying it's possible. Now, with these Team of the Week cards and these primetime cards and all these cards that they release, making it impossible to get them is a huge misstep.
Yep.
The fact that the only way to get these cards is by buying packs. That is
silly. It's just really silly and very discouraging. Like, if you're just playing the game and you see these cards come out and you're like, wait, how do I get them, though? You have to get extremely lucky.
We have this underrated performers Team of the Week I'm looking at right now, 95 Nylander, whatever. What if you had it where, like, you had previous Team of the Week and you traded them in for a choice of one of the players from this Team of the Week? At least you could recycle old cards that, you know, people are not going to use in 83 Team of the Week from, you know, February or whatever the hell it may have come out. But if you have 5 of them, hey, you get a chance at a 94 or something.
Yeah.
Small things like that would be huge.
And just like...
And keep cards on the market.
Exactly. The market, like, that's the thing. Like, it's just sad. The market it's just so, like, dry. Like, I think it was a couple... Cause I made a video on YouTube the other day. It was like best cards to buy in Hut, and I was like, cause I think I wrote down the names the night before.
Bro, best cards to buy in Hut.
Yeah.
Jersey cards. Customization cards. You want a Sidney Crosby? Can't get that one.
Nope. No, but it's true because, like I said, I wrote down the players that I wanted to mention in the video, and then I was like recording the video the next day, and I clicked on the card. I'm like, oh, let me see what he's going for now in the auction house. None up. Like maybe 4 or 5 of the cards, none up. That's insane. One day later, there's none up.
Scary, man. It's so scary.
And again, April, not July. April. It shouldn't be this dead.
Though, a big problem for that though is the way that they do sets now, because a lot of people are, instead of putting cards on the auction house, they're just putting it into a set.
Flip them into the untradables.
So
that's the thing, yeah. So that's the sacrifice you have. Like, it's great, these sets where you can trade in 88 pluses, 89 pluses, but again, it's just less cards are going to be out there. Because some people, literally, when an event comes out, they go to the auction house and buy 88s and 89s, and just, that's it, they're gone forever.
Yep. I don't know. There's... As a Wings fan, trying to build my team is a nightmare.
Yeah, like, you just don't have as many...
And it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way.
Especially at this point in the year. Like, there should be so many cards.
Yes. Hell, I think that, as dumb as this might sound, get rid of the quick... Or keep the quick sell option in, whatever. But if you quick sell it, it goes on the auction house automatically for minimum price.
Yeah.
That would be one way to keep cards on the auction house, at least.
Exactly.
I don't... I mean, I've seen people quick sell some stupid stuff, so... I mean, I've quick sold some stupid stuff. So.
Yeah.
Stuff that shouldn't be quick sold, but, you know.
Simple fix. Let us make the MSPs tradable.
I disagree with that. It's not a simple fix, because unfortunately, as soon as they make all the MSPs tradable, the prices go way, way up.
Yep.
And then people get upset about the prices of the MSPs, and, you know, we're stuck in the same position we are here with nobody making them.
Exactly.
So there's no simple fix, don't play the game. That's actually the opposite.
Oh, a simple fix. Yeah, that's not fixing, that's for sure. That's ignoring.
Don't play the game anymore. They'll fix it. No, they'll just not make the game anymore.
Yeah, and then you'll have no hockey in the play. Literally. All right, so let's talk about milestones, though. That's what I want to talk about, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
How about milestones?
How about
Wow. From NHL 19 to now, every year it's gotten worse. That's all I can say.
Before you continue, I just want to bring out, somebody mentioned the leaderboards. I don't give a crap about leaderboards until they implement crossplay.
Yeah. I mean, leaderboards are nice, but it's not, like, for me, it's not, like, a priority.
It is 100% not something I care about.
Yeah. It should be, it's one of the things, it should just be there.
It should be there, 100%. I'm not saying it shouldn't be there, but, like, I'm not somebody who's going to check the leaderboards every day.
Yeah, 100%. Right? Yeah, like, I'm not like,
it should be in the game.
What's my rank? Like, I don't care about that kind of stuff. I really don't.
I really don't care, especially with, I don't know why they even bother with having it in Hut Champs anymore, since it's all wins-based anyways.
Yeah.
But I digress. Go ahead, objectives and milestones.
Well, again, we go from NHL 19 was the first year they added that, right? And score goals, 95 overall. Sets, 94 overall.
Yep.
Now, NHL 22, sets, Jumbo Elite Pack.
Dude, I'm about to log in for 200 days. You're going to reward me for playing your game.
I'm 3 days away for that.
Thank you so much. Last year, you got me a 96 overall player at the end of the... Like, that's awesome. 96 overall card.
I look forward to that.
That's amazing. Hell yeah. And then I go in this time, it's like, you get an untradable ultimate pack. All right. Thank you so much for my 80s and only 80s. Because let's be real, I'm not gonna get anything.
No. And if you
And
do,
even if
wow, you're the one
yeah,
lucky one. You're
yep,
not. This is not going to be a very common occurrence for people. That most people that sign in for 200 days are going to just get an 84 high,
literally though, that's scary.
and that's 200 days. That's pretty much. That means you signed in every single day for like since the game's been out, like in a row, and then that's what you get. At this,
Yeah,
if you're getting it just about now, it's pretty much like every day, right? Because I get mine in 2 days. I don't know when you get yours, but.
I get mine in 11 days, but that's because I was gone.
Oh yes, So you would have had it by now, literally.
I would have had it by now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Yep. Well, you're not missing much.
Would you rather see a reward track than milestones? I assume something like a battle pass type reward where you unlock XP and you get stuff for unlocking them. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, but
I would say yeah. What do you think?
if that's the case, then absolutely.
Yeah.
That was something I brought up back in NHL 17.
It's so weird that like the milestones again, like they become so out of date quickly. That's the thing too.
Yes.
Like you score goals so quickly. Like that's a simple one. Like you'll get that done by December, January if you play the game pretty much every day.
Why do they not just give us more milestones? Like, why have I done the milestones?
Why is that it? Why is that it for the entire year? I'm sorry. Even if you're a casual player and play the game all year, you'll probably be done with that by April. And there's still 6 months to go until the next game. So 6 months of, again, I get into a Hut game. Why am I running up the score? There's no point. I'm just scoring goals for no point. I'm not gaining anything. I'm not getting XP. I'm not gaining extra coins by winning by 10 or something.
Nope.
You're just scoring for no reason. You're just scoring when the game's over, and you're getting no extra incentive.
I'm frustrated. I think you're frustrated. I think everyone's frustrated, right?
That's the thing, yeah. I think anyone that's been playing the game for more than 2 years is frustrated.
Yes. And we are EA game changers or creators, whatever the hell they want to call us now.
Yeah.
All right, we are in a program where we can bring these up and we can talk about these, but at the end of the day, like, it is up to EA to implement them.
Yeah, it's up to them if they actually want to put the time in to really implement one of these features that we recommend.
If they want to make Hockey Ultimate Team a big thing, a lot of the things that we've talked about here today need to be done.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a hard thing. It's not going to happen over years. You know, it's not going to happen in 23. We might see some of it in 23. Well, who knows what they're planning?
You just don't, and that's a scary thing. I just hope it's good. I mean, I really, really do. I'm always going to be cautiously optimistic.
We have a very lousy content creator in our chat at the moment named NoSleeves12. He says, I love NHL 22. He is the problem with NHL 22. He's actually the reason. No, I'm joking. Please do not attack NoSleeves12. He's done nothing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he's I don't know. He's not an NHL creator anymore anyway, right?
He doesn't even play NHL. What's the point? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why he likes it. He doesn't play it. But like,
I love this game. I don't need to play it, but
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, but it's great. But like, I just don't know. Like, I mean, the milestones is such a step back. Such a step back. Like, I don't know. Like, it just seemed, especially even last year was better than it is this year when it comes to milestones. You were getting the collectibles at least. Like, why? Yep. Like, as simple as this, I would have rather just power up collectibles for completing milestones than just the packs.
Man, I'm trying to keep up the chat here and read some stuff. I'm listening to you speak, and all that's going through my mind here is wah. Give me. But at the end of the day, yeah, you know what? Give me. Change something, EA, please.
Yeah.
We play the game for a living.
Yeah. We just want to be rewarded. That's all we want. Is just want to be rewarded for playing the game.
I want to play the game and enjoy myself playing the game.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it should be a chore to play the game.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be like, wow, I got to finish Rivals to make sure I finish in this tier to maybe get something good in packs. There's just no guarantee.
I know we've talked about this a lot in the past. I don't think we brought it up today, though. What about, like, not necessarily parallels, but, like, cards that upgrade with performance?
Yeah.
You get, like, I'll bring up Dylan Larkin again because he is my favorite player, and I get a Dylan Larkin card, and, hey, I scored 50 goals to Dylan Larkin. Hey, look at that. He went up by +1.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
And the easy way to, because people will be like right away, all right, so he starts at 82, right? And it's like score 50 goals and he's 84. People will be like, oh, but what about then you're going to have a 95 in October? No, have it unlock after a certain amount of time.
Yes.
Or be like
yes.
next month, you score 150 goals and then you can make him 86.
Yep.
Or whatever. Even, 82 is pretty low. You know what I mean? They could be like 84, 87, whatever. And then like they can just go up every couple months or whatever. Or every month.
It would be perfect. It would be perfect. There's so many little things, so many quality of life things that we could get that would be...
Yeah. And that's not even crazy to me. Like, how is that crazy? Score goals with one card and it unlocks a tier of another overall. Like, why is that such a crazy concept?
I almost feel like that should be how X Factors were done.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
So I got a 79 Connor McDavid. Hell yeah. But his base card is 87, so I can grind that card all the way up to 87. And then when he gets his next card that comes out, maybe it's an 88 prime time, I can now grind him up a little bit more by playing to get him to an 88. Not paying, by playing.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to have the shortcut and have it so that way you can pay to upgrade, go ahead. I don't care. But let me play to upgrade. Let me play the game. Let me grind the game to improve my team as opposed to paying for it.
Yeah. And another thing I was going to think about, too, when it comes to the X Factors, like, you could have done, like, maybe... I mean, it's just a little bit more complicated, maybe, but like maybe scoring with that X factor activated or something, right? Could be like another way, like scoring, like Matthew scoring 10 shock and awe goals or something, right? That's a little bit more complicated for sure. But
B-Wubs told me to pause. So I want to see what he's about to say here. He's about to roast me and make me feel bad about myself.
Oh no, this is not going to be good.
Oh no, what's it going to be?
They should make every event have a set of objectives. Instead of an MSP, you get an exclusive card only attainable by objective goals. So like basically, like the style.
That's
icons.
something we were talking about before. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we were discussing earlier about like Champs Rewards getting a specific card after winning 11 games in Champs.
Yeah.
Oh, B-Wubs is upset that I wanted to say I wanted to grind McDavid. I would love to grind on McDavid. All right.
And it'd be good clout.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine the memes that would come out of that. All right.
It's really not that much to ask for. I mean, it's not something that has been really seen in other Ultimate teams, but this game is so far behind. I mean, it's definitely behind. I mean, that goes without saying, unfortunately. It is definitely behind every Ultimate team, and that's just not even arguable. It just is. There's not many things that HUT has that other Ultimate teams don't, that's for sure.
The thing is, as a whole, though, NHL has the ESHL.
Yes.
And that is the big... Again, we talked about this. That's the big selling point of NHL. It is not HUT. HUT is not their main focus. ESHL is their main focus and always will be because more people play that.
Yep.
If more people play something, obviously you're going to put more time and effort into it.
And as they should, for sure.
It doesn't make sense to... Hey, we're going to keep dumping money into something that doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So.
Trading higher overall players for more power collectibles. That should have been a thing they should have done all year, I think. They should have made it where, like, instead of just trading 80s and you get, like, one power... I think if you traded, like, 382s or whatever, it could have been, like, one power up. I think that's the way it probably should have been.
No, King Carl, we're not saying we put money in the ESHL. EA puts money in the ESHL. Their servers, their menus, their gameplay, whatever. EA is putting the money in the ESHL. We are not, obviously.
Yeah, we touched on, like, moments, basically, Raz. Like, we talked about how, like a challenge, do this, and then you get rewarded with that, yeah. I mean, that's like how NHL moments used to be. ESHL got worse this year. I don't know how that could be true. I disagree with that. I mean, there was more customization for your player and stuff, and like I think the abilities kind of made it fresh. I don't know. I don't think ESHL's worse, personally.
They make money from HUT, so that's where their resources should go. They make more money by selling the game than they do from HUT packs.
You really think? I mean...
I do, yes.
That's crazy to think about, honestly. I feel like some people just...
You know how many people buy this game and don't play online? So many people.
True, yeah. People just strictly play like franchise, be a pro even.
Franchise is very high up in played game modes.
Oh, I believe it.
Like,
I definitely believe it. People and that's why I guess people always say GM connected, right? Because I mean, there is a big community of people that play franchise.
Yep. Same with Be a Pro. Be a Pro, they introduced a new Be a Pro. Sales shot up, but HUT gameplay didn't.
True.
People playing HUT did not go up.
Yeah.
But sales shot up, so...
Yeah, they really like definitely like this year they didn't like do anything to franchise and be a pro. Literally 22. I mean, I know obviously this is mainly about HUT today, but I mean, yeah, basically franchise and be a pro weren't touched.
I mean, we could sit here and talk about it all day. I think next week that we're gonna jump right back into the conversation, man. Like,
literally, I mean, there's so many things we didn't touch on. Like honestly, it's scary to say, but like Like, yeah, there's just so many different things.
Again, I want to say, like, this year in NHL 22, Hut is very easy for a free-to-play. Compared to years past, they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Thank you, EA. Other than that, not a lot of improvement.
No.
I think that there's a lot that needs to be done, and a lot that we can talk about, and a lot that we can bitch about. But at the end of the day, we're still gonna play it. Like,
fortunately, yeah. I mean, we will always play it because it's our favorite, no matter what. This is definitely gonna be on YouTube, yeah, Dan.
Yeah, it'll go on YouTube, and I want to clarify my comments. More people buy the game to play, like ESHL and everything, and franchise and be pro than they do High. I still stand by that.
Yeah.
Like more. I still think that they make more money from game sales than they do from pack sales.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be an interesting question to like figure out, which probably we'll never find out, even if we asked the EA, right? Maybe they probably wouldn't tell us.
I mean, realistically, all we have to do is find out how many copies of the game were sold.
How do you do that, I wonder?
If you go, I see numbers last year and I can't verify that they were accurate, but the numbers that I seen were pretty high in terms of sales because of the new Bia Pro. Now, again, I can't.
And that makes sense. A lot of casuals would buy the game. I get it.
Exactly. I can't verify number. I don't any of these companies, anything like that. But from what I've seen, the game sales were pretty high, and if that was an accurate number at $60 a piece US, there's no shot in hell they make that much money off of packs. There's just no way. It's just not possible.
No, you're right though. That'd be pretty absurd if they did. Like if you think about it.
Because like as somebody
$60 minimum for every like I don't know the amount, like obviously over 100,000.
I spend a lot of money on this game.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of money on this game. Well, there's only 3,000 people playing Hut.
Yep.
Per console. So we said what? There was 13,000 people last week?
Yep.
If each one of those 13,000 people put $100 into the game, it's 1.3 million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more than that. And that's if they put $100 in.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. Exactly. That makes sense. But yeah, I mean,
honestly, I've looked for the game sales, and I have not seen it anywhere.
Yeah, it'd probably be a little bit before you get that. Maybe by the summer, right? You probably could find that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know where you'd look for that.
Damn, we have touched on cross console a ton, my man. Trust me, that was like the big thing we talked about here today.
That's the first thing we talked about.
Needs to happen. Yeah, it needs to be a thing. Can't you guys write it off as part of your business? If we create content with something, we can write it off as a business expense. That being said, regardless if we spend money on it or not, it still goes towards EA's pocket.
Yeah, no matter what, they're not getting.
It doesn't matter if I write it off as a business expense or not. It still goes to EA.
EA's still getting it.
Double coin weekends, yes, that was something that we used to do all the time. What was that? Happy hour, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good. I don't know why they got rid of that. Crossplay won't happen until 25. What was it? So that's a stretch.
What happened? There used to be a thing where we used to pull a card and you would get a shit ton of coin for it.
Oh, it's called golden tickets, right?
Golden tickets, yes. Yeah. Why is that gone?
Yep, it'd be like it was like 15K or maybe more. It might be like 30K, right, or something.
What is Thrash's background and why do I recognize it? This is a default background from Discord, so.
He said, "Why do I recognize it?"
It's from Discord, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's gimmicky, but it's fun. I agree, Dan.
Yeah.
It's simple. They want us to buy packs. I think realistically, they could take Hockey Ultimate Team out of the game and still be able to release a game every.
They did every year until NHL like 10 or 11, whenever it got introduced, right? So.
Buying packs is not a priority. I really don't think so.
I'm sure it helps. I mean, they're not complaining. Absolutely. That's for sure. They're not complaining. They're not like, wow, we don't want Hut.
I really do think that they are more concerned with the other game modes.
It does seem like that. It really does.
I do not think Hockey Ultimate Team is a priority for the dev team, and I don't think it's going to be something until more people play it, which you can't get more people to play it until you put more resources in it. So
yeah.
I don't know. We might disagree on that. I don't think Hut's a priority.
No, I don't think it is either. Like I don't think it is at all. Like clearly, year to year, there's been more changes in ESHL for sure, in my opinion. In the last few years, they
says if Hut is FIFA's biggest contributor and Hut isn't, you have to ask why. That's because ESHL is a thing.
Yeah.
ESHL is the big thing in NHL, and it has been for years. It's never been. Nothing has ever been bigger than it. More people play and buy the game for ESHL than they do for, by far.
100%. The NHL doesn't achieve that many differences from year to year. They definitely don't. Yeah, it's just kind of. If
Hut is not a priority, then why use that as the modality for GWC? So, EA doesn't run GWC. That's not their choice. It's the company. Whatever company wants to run a tournament, they can run the tournament, and then they want to do. GWC, or they want to do Ultimate Team. I don't have a reasoning why. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't work for these companies, but that's their choice. Explain to me why they give such shitty rewards. I mean, we've been talking about that for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, rewards.
What do you mean?
Rewards.
It's been an hour and a half of us talking about shitty rewards and how they need to improve it. I don't know. I think, look, this is episode 1. It's going to be a little rough around the edges, but I think we had a good discussion.
I think so, too. I mean, I definitely think we accomplished things. I think we got out pretty important, like, details, I would say. Like, I think it was definitely a good start. And a lot of people in the chat said a lot of interesting things that are very useful and true, so...
Let me buy Hut only mode for $30. I'll spend $60 on prepaid packs. What?
Hut only mode.
Oh no, yeah. A lot of people stop playing NHL once they're eliminated from GWC. That is a
that's
big
a problem,
thing.
though.
Yes.
That's a problem. Why is that?
Yes.
That's a thing that needs to be addressed.
At the same time, though, again, I want to bring up that argument that the game used to come out a month earlier.
Yeah.
Right. So that's an extra month where we had a full player base.
True.
Right. It would still be April at this point, but we'd only be 4 months away from NHL as opposed to 5. And we've been playing the game for an extra month and building our team for an extra month.
Exactly. Man, I miss September release the more I think about it.
I really miss the September release. I do.
It'll never happen again, literally.
Probably not, no. Hey, maybe we'll get pushed to November one year, though.
Yeah, then I think it's a bad thing, if anything.
Every year just gets pushed another month. And
I think it came out in December. That'd be, like, lit for us.
Christmas Day, release of NHL 22.
Imagine that. Imagine, like, Christmas Day, like, we had 1,000 viewers opening day of the game.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Well, Reek, that was fun. We've been on for an hour and a half now. I think we need to chill on the discussion because we have another week to go.
Exactly. We don't want to go too crazy. I said it was only going to be an hour. We went over, definitely. So, yeah, I mean, I had fun. I mean, again, thanks for being a part of the show. I mean, definitely, this is going to be really a lot of fun doing this every week.
I'm definitely excited for it. And guys in the chat, thank you for hanging out with us for the last hour and a half of listening to our dumbasses talk about the virtual hockey game mode. We may have had some good ideas. We may not have some good ideas. But at the end of the day, I think we had a good discussion, and I enjoyed this time and talking to you guys. So thanks for hanging out with us. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube or listening on a podcast or whatever, thanks for being here. I'm Thrash, that's Henreek, and both of us suck at video games, but hopefully we can make your day a little bit better.
See you later, guys. See you next week.